This is also the. I was like, but you connected to the thing. Now that thing has to be connected to the computer. He goes, oh yeah, of course it does. I'm like,
Oh man, he's lucky he never had to use it.
yeah, I know exactly.
Jeez.
He goes, and then he tells me, he goes, oh, this is the same customer. This is great. He calls me up and he says, I can't get my computer started. I'm like, oh jeez. I'm like, you seen anything? Any lights at all? He's like, no, nothing at all. So I get over there, right? And it turns out, this is bad. He always leaves it on. He never shuts it off. But Windows Update, I guess, happened and it shut itself off, but it didn't restart.
Oh man.
So naturally, I just kind of came in and
Press the power button.
hit the power button and watched it kind of boot up, and he just looked at me, and I was like, wow, you have any other problems? And he's like, no. I'm like, okay.
That is. Wait, what did you charge him?
Yeah, he threw $20 in my face. I was like, all right.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like you had to drive out there. I mean,
Yeah,
that's a tough one. I did that. I never had it that bad. That's the easiest job I've ever heard of. What you just said, pressing the power button on.
Oh, I had another one like that one. I came, but this one, at least they had an excuse. He didn't. There was a customer where the computer when it. It actually off,
Right.
and then you push the button and it turns on like
Right.
normal. Yeah, so I fired it up and I explained the whole thing to them, and then they didn't even feel too bad. And then,
Well, that was nice of you. You could have made it look silly for them.
yeah. Oh, I turned off hibernation and everything. I didn't even
Right.
do a repair on it, and then I said, oh, it's all right. Good, have a good one.
No, the easiest job I ever did was plug in somebody's mouse. But that's one step lower than turning the power button on. So you got me there.
Mouse, yeah. I've replaced mice. I think that's one of the things that techs don't do, and that's what I started doing, is buying. Like, I buy hardware, and I buy them whenever I see the opportunity for like a cheap laser, or optical mouse. I buy like 5 of them, and I keep them. Like, I found Micro Center had USB optical mice, brand new in package for $5 a piece, and that's a really good deal. And so I bought like 5 or 6 of them, and I've already used 3 of them.
Really?
Yeah.
You just sold them or you used them for yourself?
Sold them. Oh,
Yeah.
sold them. Well, when Mom wanted one, I mean, there's all the different people and all the different scenarios.
I guess if you have them, you start thinking with selling them. I never used to buy stock though. I hated having stock. I felt like I never knew when I was going to use it, and I just hated it. And just because Micro Center was so close, whenever I needed something, I just went and got it. But it's like you said, like you were saying, having those mice probably prompted the universe to make you sell them. You know what I mean? Something in here, like it makes you it puts it in your mind that you have to now sell them to make money. So at least you're thinking with it.
Well, I always know that like I try to like a lot of times I'll look at a setup, and I'll try to buy just about everything that I can think of, or buy it when I see it. Like if it's a deal, like the mice, I wouldn't buy them at $15 or $20 a piece. I mean that would be crazy.
Yeah, but Micro Center always has that deal. Hang on, Steve. They're saying their sound dropped out.
Okay.
Hang on one sec. Okay, the sound should be back. Hang on one sec. I gotta edit. Check 1 2. 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 Testing. 1 2. Check 1 2. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that, guys. My bad. It will be on the actual. It did get recorded on the audio podcast, so I have to listen to it then. But Steve, let's get into some tech jobs you've done. You said you got a bunch of work you did. Tell us some of the stuff you've been running into.
Well, one of the a real oddball situation I ran into recently was an HP. It's an HP ZV-5000.
Oh, I hate them.
Yeah,
they're big, they're clunky, they're heavy, and they just they're ugly. They are ugly.
They're ugly, and they use a lot of power.
Right.
I forget. I think they're 120. I think they might be 120 watts or something like that. I don't know, but they're really.
They have the oval connector on the cord, or is it a normal connector?
I think it's I don't know. It uses a special kind of jack, I think.
Yeah, the jack. I think it's like this long oval oblong type of shape, but
it's a weird little. I'm not little. There's nothing little about it.
No.
It's a big boy.
Yeah, I hate those machines. Hate them.
And the power brick is like it's literally almost the size of an actual like red typical brick.
Right.
Yeah, it's big. And I ran into I do DC jack repairs for other technicians, and a friend of mine about 45 minutes away from me, and I stopped by his office and he had I think he had 3 of them. No, he had 2 of them. I'm sorry, he had 2 of them. I have one that I was getting rid of.
3 of those ZB-5000s?
Yeah, and I had a customer with one previously, with the same exact model. And it is the specific one, the ZV-5000. But
Right.
it's for everybody out there. I don't know how much everybody gets into this, but when it comes to HP especially, there might be a series number, like in this case HP ZV-5000, but the actual model is of all sorts of variations of that ZV-5000 series.
HP is famous for that. It's like a ZV-5230 or something like that, right?
Yeah, and then like a US or a UP or The
DV-6000s are like that. All of them are like DV-6213 6213 US or something. Yeah, I got you.
And what I noticed, which was, it really threw me through a loop because I never knew that something like this can happen, but I'm experiencing it. It doesn't make much sense. I haven't figured it out. Maybe if somebody's listening and they know what's really going on here, then maybe it'll put my mind to ease. The ZV-5000 comes with standard with a jack with the post kind of far back in the jack. And it's not broken, but for whatever reason, in my experiences, even with a brand new power brick or power supply plugged in there, it acts exactly like a bad DC jack. It's kind of makes a connection in like some odd ways, and then it usually just breaks the connection somewhere and the thing shuts down, especially if there's no battery.